So welcome everyone to today's webinar on how to unlock B2B sales success with ChatGPT. In today's session, we have Rozaliya. She's the founder and CEO at LeadStorm and an account executive at a SaaS company in Amsterdam. She has more than 6 years of experience in fintech, HR, tech, events, e-commerce, and fashion industries. So a broad experience that she can leverage today and to explain what she's done, especially on the B2B side with ChatGPT. In the past 2 years, Rozaliya has worked with AI software solutions and implemented AI tools to her sales activities. And now at LeadStorm, Rozaliya helps startups increase revenue and improve sales processes. Before we dive deeper into the session, just so you know, myself, I will start discussing more the theoretical side on ChatGPT, and then we pass it over to Rozaliya, and she will explain to you practical examples that you can use on your day-to-day basis to improve your sales processes and accelerate the results you get from your lead generation efforts. My name is Adriana. I'm the founder at Fueled by Growth, a platform supporting purpose-driven female entrepreneurs to build profitable businesses at the same time with purpose. So I hope you enjoyed the session today, and yeah, I'm looking forward to see what your answers are, what your concerns, and how would you like to leverage your ChatGPT in your own sales process. Without getting too technical, let's see what we are going to discuss today. The agenda for today, we're going to dive deeper in what is GPT, how you can use it in a sales context, how you can leverage ChatGPT and use it with your sales outreach on LinkedIn. And then you can also see, and Rozaliya will explain that to you later, how ChatGPT interacts with other tools. Let's see, what is ChatGPT? This is a neural network, machine learning model that's trained with data available on the internet to generate any type of text. So the way ChatGPT works is by taking input and text and using what it has learned about language to predict the next likely word. This prediction process is repeated to generate text over and over again. Just so for you to understand how it evolved, so ChatGPT was released in 2018. And was trained with a data set that contained over 11,000 books of different subgenres. As the time went by, more information was fed into this system until the new release in 2023, when ChatGPT released the greatest neural network machine learning by using the open model, OpenAI. So that's it as to how ChatGPT evolved. So how can you use it in your sales process? So basically, you can use ChatGPT in 3 main areas. This is content creation, whether it is your sales materials, email templates, products, blog content, and a lot more. So you can start there. Onto the sales part, you can also use it to qualify your existing leads or prospects by asking targeted questions and determining the likelihood of a lead of becoming a customer. And the last one, of course, B2B lead generation. So how can you generate outbound templates for lead generation? So whether you're doing cold outreach, whether you're doing warm outreach, you had a conversation with someone already, and you just want to accelerate that that content creation process, ChatGPT is an amazing tool to do that. To make the most of the use of AI, you need to understand how ChatGPT works. And most people who struggle with prompting are making the same mistakes. Their prompts are too generic and expect that AI will just read our minds. But don't worry, because in this session, you'll get into the insights of how does a good prompt look like, what do you need to take into account. This is just an example that we're showing onto the screen where you can see a very generic prompt which says make a cold email and book a meeting. Of course, there is more context that needs to be fed into the ChatGPT so you can get a more accurate answer and not a vague one instead. How can you use ChatGPT? Again, don't ask it to write cold emails from scratch. Don't expect it also to come with the perfect answer. You need to iterate those answers until you get to the one that you're looking for. And even then, you might want to still tweak it and make it more personal and customized to your own situation. Also, don't use it as a search engine. The results you're going to get are often wrong and not up to date. So now let's dive deeper into what a good structure of a prompt looks like, because prompts are super, super important. And as we've mentioned before, most people write terrible prompts, and writing a good prompt will help you get the most out of AI tools. So to get the results you need to know how to craft a good prompt, and that's something you'll get from Rozaliya later on in this webinar. But just for now, a few hints on what the ideal structure of a prompt would look like in a sales context. So you need to take into account things: role. Who are you talking to? Are you talking to the marketing manager of a company? Are you talking to a finance executive of another one? What does that mean for your email? You need to fit it context, right? So, for example, one of the things that we'll show you later is if a person has started 2 months ago in this position, or the profile and the curriculum of that person, you need to fit it with as much information as you have to get to a good result. Instructions. Another thing that you can do, which is amazing, you can instruct ChatGPT on things like the tone of voice, the length of the email. You can instruct it to use bullet points or to use some tangible numbers to help you generate a better email. Say, for instance, if you're talking to a financial person, they are going to get very fixated on numbers. So the more tangible data that you offer them, the better and more quality your prompt, your email is going to have. So you want to include this kind of details. And then, of course, you need to teach it to deliver on what you want to get from it. A few more details before we go on to the practical part. Again, what are a few concepts you want to take into account? You can ask it to act like a specific job title. Say, act like a top performing SDR, act like a finance executive, act like a CEO. This is for you to get better results. And if the answer is not precise enough, again, you need to keep trying, you need to keep iterating, and you need to fit it more information as it gets more results. Also, you can give it tone of voice, you can give it a lot more context, like say write shorter sentences or avoid buzzwords. For now, don't worry much about the formatting and train ChatGPT to use specific frameworks that you'd like it to adapt to your own situation. So now let's move on to the practical part, because I'm very excited about what Rozaliya has to explain to you.
Right now we're going to a practical part. Adriana, I hope that you don't mind if I will use your persona and your LinkedIn information for practical part. So
yes,
I'm going to use... Okay, amazing. So I'm going to use everything what I will find it right now here. Okay, and we will start with a very basic part, and then we will make it harder, like from A to Z. Okay, so the first thing is we're gonna start with this prompt. Okay, so after the webinar, all of you will get the presentation, so you can just copy it, and you can just create and use this prompt which I'm using in the presentation. So we will copy this prompt. Okay, we will open a ChatGPT as a new chat. So then we will put this prompt here. This prompt is super easy, but we will make some, some changes in this prompt. So the first sentence is, I need help writing an email in 20 words or less. So in my experience, when you send the email with 200 words, it's a too big email, you know, like people will not read it. So we're going to change it. We're going to use 100 words or less. Okay, so we're going to keep it. Then the second sentence is, I'm an account executive at Salesforce. Okay, let's pretend that I'm an account executive at Salesforce. It's fine. The third message is, I will be sending this email to, and here we're going to change for Adriana Belay, and we're going to use her job title as a senior digital marketer. I'm going to put it here. Okay, so we have a job title of Adriana, and we also will add her company. So she works at the Port Exchange. So we're gonna put it here, to senior digital marketer who works at this company. All right, and then we also give a content that who are not currently doing business with us, so with the Salesforce. All right, so then we add the goal of this email. The goal is to have them or her, as Adriana, respond back to me with some intent of a scheduled time for a discovery or demo call. All right, and then we ask some like instruction. Please also include a complete subject line. So this is our prompt for Adriana. Let's create the email. So right now we got the result, and spoiler, I will not like it, but at least it's super small. Okay, this is good. It's not as I did it here with a very long email. So the first thing is what I'm going to improve. This is a subject line. So with the subject line, I see boost your digital marketing success with the Salesforce. To be honest, I'm not sure that Adriana will even open my email with this subject line. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this subject line, okay? And then I will go to Omnisend, because this is a really nice tool which you also can combine with the ChatGPT to check the subject line. So here I put the subject line, and now I'm testing now. All right, so the score of this subject line is a 42%. It's such a bad, because we even can see that this is a red line, you know, so probably Adriana will never to open this email. So, and here we can find what we can improve in the subject line. Okay, so we see that the word is 7. It's actually bad. So we recommend you to aim for 6 words. What I'm going to do, I back to ChatGPT and I asked, please make the subject line less than 4, let's take 5 words. And now we're going to change it. Okay, this is our new subject line. Then what we need to do, the wording, right? So we have here like a helpful words, and we also have a negative words. So always check what like improvement the Omnisend recommends you. So for example, we have here like scannability, right? That this site advises us to use the numbers, because numbers help the subject lines to stand out. So what we can do, we can please add numbers to a subject line. Numbers or metrics, for example. Okay, so now we're going to get, okay, now we're going to get another subject line, achieve 10x marketing success with Salesforce. But now I want to make it more personalized. So then I will add, please add some personalization to subject, because I want that, yeah, Adriana will get some personalized messages, right? And I also want, I want to avoid to selling, and I want to avoid to mention something about Salesforce. So then I will just say it like avoid Salesforce. Yeah. Okay, and right now we're gonna get the results. The name of Adriana, unlock 10x marketing success with Salesforce. It doesn't avoid, it's don't add Salesforce. All right, so with this, you need to play around with the subject line, you know, so just use Omnisend, just check the recommendation from Omnisend, and then just put it in a ChatGPT to use the subject line. All right, so let's go next. Let's, for example, check that this is the email, it's super, you know, long, then we want to make it shorter. So then I will just like copy this prompt and I will put it here. And right now we will get a short result, such as good, because I really like shorter emails. And then, for example, I want to make some fun part of this email. I don't want to make it like very formal because Adriana seems for me, yeah, quite a nice person. She's not in a C-level, so I can make even some jokes and maybe some like fun conversation. So then I put this prompt, rewrite the email, but make it more casual, conversational, and fun. This is kind of, you know, another instruction for this email. And now, okay, we see here we will get some emojis. I'm not a big fan of emojis, but sometimes you can add it. And now it seems for me and also for Adriana, yeah, a bit more casual, a bit more informal for her. All right, so we played with it, but right now we're gonna make it even more personalized as it possible. So how are we gonna do this? We need to know what is the pains of Adriana, like what Adriana needs, what is her challenge, you know. We need to understand her metrics, her KPIs, because I'm always saying to my team that it's very important to base and to focus on the metrics of the person to whom you sell, because you don't just sell, I don't know, a B2B lead generation platform. No, you sell the result, right? You sell the probably the increasing of conversion rate for some of the metrics. So it's very important to know what is the metrics and what is the KPI of a person with whom you're going to have a conversation. So for that, we will have these prompts, these two prompts. The first one is act like, and then we will add Adriana's job title and list her top 3 challenges. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take her job title, act as senior digital marketer at Port Exchange. We will add the name of the company. Okay, and list your top 3 challenges, and list your top 3 challenges. All right. So at the moment, we're going to get top 3 challenges from a senior digital marketer. Okay. Probably it's not even good enough. Probably like we need to be sure that, okay, if lead generation, if customer engagement, even marketing analytics is the real challenges of Adriana or no. So how are we going to make it even more, you know, detailed? So I'm going to go to Adriana's LinkedIn. I will open her experience. All right. I will take all of her responsibilities, which she mentioned in her experience. I will copy it here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it here in a ChatGPT. And then I will do act as a senior digital marketer at the Port Exchange and list the top 3 challenges based on my main responsibilities. And then I will add, these are my responsibilities. So right now, all of our challenges will be based on responsibilities which Adriana have. All right, so here we have more results, even better, probably. Okay, so if you will compare the first result from ChatGPT of Adriana's challenges and the last one which we created, it's a bit different, right? It's more concrete, it's more with more details, you know, it's probably even more like believable. So we're gonna work on it, all right? You just like need to remember. But the main thing is, for example, if you are selling, for example, like at my work, I'm selling to e-commerce directors. I selling to merchandising directors. I'm selling to digital platform managers. So all of these buying personas, they have different challenges. All of them have different KPIs, and I need to create my emails based on their KPIs. So unfortunately, I can't, for example, like to make the customization part for all of them, but I can use a ChatGPT to create my draft sample, my draft frameworks for different personas. So right now we have challenges for senior digital marketing. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we also can use this prompt, give me 3 symptoms of problems you are trying to solve with challenges. It is just like extra level, you can use it, or we will just like skip it for now because we have 30 minutes, right? Yeah, right. So we don't have a lot of time and we're gonna skip this. Okay, so then we got another part of a personalized messages and emails. So we need to understand what is important for Adriana. What is her, I don't know, the main goal of this year? What is her KPIs? What is her, I don't know, metrics, which for her it's very important to measure. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this prompt, make a list of top KPIs. I'll just like change it. And I will now make a list of top KPIs of Adriana, of a senior digital marketer at a port exchange. All right. And I also will add this part of her responsibilities because it can give me more and better details. Okay, now make a list of top KPIs of Adriana from port exchange based on my main responsibilities. All right, and also what we can do, we also can give them more context to explain what is port exchange, like what is this company and what is their, oops, okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna open port exchange here. We will copy the information about this company and we're going to put it here. Port exchange provides platform for sharing real time and etc. All right. So now, okay, we're going to create her metrics and her main KPIs. Amazing. So here we have like her KPIs and also how she tracks the KPIs based on her responsibilities. All right. So based on that, based on this thing, we will go next, like kind of a next level, because then we will create the messaging for Adriana and based on her KPIs and based on her metrics. But to make it a little bit more detailed, I will give you one tip which I really like to use, how I can personalize it even more. So what can I do? I go to Adriana's LinkedIn profile. I want to save her information in a PDF. So here I have her profile in a PDF, okay? There is actually everything from her previous experience and etc. Okay, so what can I do? I will take this prompt, okay, I will paste it here. This prompt is, here is the LinkedIn profile of a prospect. I'm trying to get this prospect to reply to my outreach messages, and I need to mention an element of their profile that is relevant to the problems I have solved. So here we have problem 1, problem 2, and problem 3. What should I need to fill here? I am as an account executive at a Salesforce. I know the KPIs and metrics of Adriana, and I also know her challenges. Okay, so what can I do? I will delete problem 1, 2, and 3, and I will add the challenges of Adriana, because this is exactly the thing what Salesforce can help to solve for her. Okay, so I'm gonna to add 3 of her challenges here, and right now let me delete this one and this one, and after that I need to copy her resume, like her PDF file. Wait, I will copy its all information. Just a second. Why doesn't copy? Okay. Wait. Adriana, do we have any questions right now for someone in the chat while I'm trying to copy the information from your from your resume?
Yeah. So no, but I would kindly ask the audience to know, leave their questions if they have any. And we're really curious to know what do you think about so far. Is it useful for you, and how? If you have any other questions. But yeah, Rozaliya, it's amazing what you can do with ChatGPT, and working as a marketeer, I can definitely say that these shortcuts are very, very useful for us to be able to, speed up things and create that custom messaging that is so hard, right? And especially when you want to do it at a larger scale.
It's true. It's true. I'm very sorry. I'm just like need to copy all of your information from a PDF, like page by page. That's why it takes a bit time. But I want to show you that actually the formatting which you put and use in ChatGPT, it really doesn't matter. So right now you can find that. Oh, you're also working in China. I didn't know. I also. It's actually good, like I didn't know that. I didn't know that you worked in China. So now I can also use this information to make like an ice break conversation with you about it. Such a good that I checked. All right. So I really copy this information in a bad way. I don't know why it doesn't work it today, but it's fine. It doesn't matter, believe me. Okay. So we have this prompt where we put the challenges of Adriana, and we also put Adriana's resume, everything what was included in her LinkedIn page. So let's see what ChatGPT can make for us. All right, so it's such a big prompt, long prompt. So actually what I asked to find 5 elements from her resume which I can mention to catch her attention. Okay, so 5 elements which can be very interesting to her to talk with me. So for example, ABM experience, diverse channel management, C-level reporting and insights, marketing automation and analytics, Spanish speaking market. Okay, so we have these 5 elements, which is very important and probably can take attention of Adriana. So we're gonna to work with it as well. Let's go next. We will start with the messaging. I really like short emails. Why? Because I believe that no one has a lot of time to read, like, books of the messaging, right? And I really like this type of questions, this type of emails based on a trigger and based on a question. So right now we're going to implement it with Adriana. I would like to use as a trigger this element, Spanish speaking market. Why? Because in her LinkedIn, I saw that Adriana, where was it? Yes. wants to increasing awareness and lead generation in a Spanish-speaking market. So I'm gonna take this element as a trigger, all right? So then I'm gonna use this framework of the email. So I'm gonna to copy it, all right? Okay, I'm going to copy it and I will put it here, this prompt. But this is not like based on the rules which we discussed with you earlier, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy my first prompt and I also will add it here. Okay, and now we will get the prompt like this. I need help writing an email in 200 words or less. I'm account executive at Salesforce. I will be sending this email to Adriana and she works at ProExchange. And they are not currently doing business with us with the Salesforce. Okay. My goal is to have her respond back to me and book a meeting with her. Please also include a complete subject line. Then I'm going to add a structure of the email. So structure of the email, okay, must be like this: trigger plus question. Okay, so what also we can add her, like, okay, we add the trigger as a Spanish speaking market. We also can add something from her KPIs, you know, or for example, we can also add her challenges. So for example, with the Spanish, wait, where is this? With the Spanish market, we can also like add this challenge, market analytics, because I guess like it's also connected. Like you need to understand the market and then go to market, to Spanish market. So what we're gonna do, structure this email, trigger plus question. Our trigger, we will get Spanish speaking market, our trigger, and we will do like this: increase the awareness in a Spanish speaking market of our awareness of our company, and we will also add the name of the company or exchange here in the Spanish speaking market. Okay, and a question related to a trigger. All right, let's take the results. Okay, so we got the email like this, but I don't like it. Why? Because it's a bit long and it's like with, you know, this very formal stuff. I hope this email finds you well, blah, 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 as a senior digital marketer, blah, blah, blah. So I don't like it. What I'm gonna do, I will make it more informal, make it more friendly and informal, and use less than 70 words, for example. All right. Amazing. So now we got like a very short email. So let's check this. Okay. Hope you're doing great. To be honest, I always delete it because for me, it's not necessary. Like she doesn't know about me. She doesn't care about me. And yeah, like to wish her something, it's also like, I think it's a waste of time for reading. So I always avoid this first sentences. I hope you're doing great, and etc. So then notice the amazing word and boosting awareness and lead generation in the Spanish speaking market. Okay, so here we have our trigger. All right, let's team up and take it to the next level. Can we catch up to discuss how Salesforce can superchange your efforts? Coffee chat or quick call, your choice, what works for you this week. All right, it's fine, but we're going to improve it. How are we going to improve it? We will take our next prompt like this: trigger plus teaser plus CTA. CTA is a call to action. Okay, we're going to we're going to copy this. And now we will put it here. Again, we will copy our first prompt where we will explain who we are, who is Adriana. And I also want to add here the information about company where Adriana works, because it also can make some improvement. Let me check. Yeah, it's here. This is also like, you know, important to have it. I can put it here. What is the product exchange? Okay. So we have here our role. We have here the context. We also have here what is a product exchange. We also have the goal. And now we will add the structure of the email. Structure of the email. Okay. Triggered plus teaser plus CTA. So our trigger will be is Spanish speaking market awareness, increasing the awareness over report exchange in the Spanish speaking market. We're gonna just like to copy it. Okay, we will add here, and then we need to have a teaser, like intriguing piece of information to solve a specific problem. Probably we can even like keep it like this, and CTA, simple question to start a conversation. Okay, let's start work with this prompt. And while we get these results, I'm going to copy one of these things. I really want to make these emails a bit more, you know, conversational and casual. So that's why I will add this one. And always remember, you see, like subject line, it's always different. So you need to check the subject line with, for example, Omnisend or any other tools, just like to see if it like, are they good enough or no, right? So here we get another email based on their main trigger for Adriana's Spanish-speaking market, with challenging of this of going to Spanish-speaking market, right? And also we get the CTA. We also have some questions. We also get some like information about the port exchange, like how we're going to help it and how we found Adriana actually. And the last but not the least, the next prompt, it's going to be this. It's one of my favorite because it will based on the numbers. So what we're going to do, we're going to copy this prompt and we're going to add it here. And it's actually our new structure of the email. Okay, so we will edit structure of the email. Okay, we will delete inspired by, we don't need it. Trigger is increase the awareness. So trigger. Okay. The main point is that we need here like to have some numbers. We need here to have some calculations. So we will ask ChatGPT to make a calculation for us, because, for example, we want to add some, I don't know, metrics, numbers, conversions, or something like this. So I'm gonna add the first part of our prompt, and let's check the results. All right. Okay, so here we will get some conversions or like, yeah, some numbers. But for example, I would like to make something specific. So then what can I add? I can add place based on senior digital marketer KPIs of for increasing the awareness. Please add, okay, add some specific metrics or KPIs of senior, okay, because, yeah. All right. Okay, it's again, and I also see that it's in Spanish. It's very strange. I don't think it's in Spanish. I need the email in English. So what we see right now, we see that ChatGPT just translated this email in Spanish. We don't need it. We need it like in English. So I'm gonna like to ask, please make it in English, right? Because why Spanish? So this is the first prompt which you can use like with ChatGPT, right? So the next part we will go very quickly. It is a ChatGPT plus LinkedIn. I think it's very like simple and very easy. You can use like two different prompts to make and to create emails or message for first connection with a person. And also what you can use ChatGPT for what it's like to make a comments to any kind of publications in the LinkedIn from this person. I just like normally I create a friendly comment for this post, and then I put a post on which I need to make a comment. All right, and this is very easy. Actually, you also can play around with a different part of a LinkedIn. So for example, if you have a LinkedIn sales navigator, there you can find, for example, people who just like started the job, I don't know, 2 months ago. You can add this information in the ChatGPT. So for example, you need to send the email for a person who started like 2 months ago at this company with this position and etc. So you can like play around with all different details. Or for example, I know that right now that Adriana worked at China, so I can also ask in ChatGPT to create a first message / like LinkedIn connection, LinkedIn request, and mention about something regarding China, because yeah, it can like warm up our interaction with her. But another part of our webinar, I would like to present you ChatGPT and other tools and how I use ChatGPT with other tools. Especially, I'm going to tell you about Supernormal, Crystal, and PromptPal. If you already use these tools, please let me know, because I'm very curious about like your experience. And we will start with the Supernormal. Supernormal, this is a platform which automatically record and make notes from all of your meetings which you will have, and you can use it to create follow-up emails. So for example, I open my Supernormal. This is one of my meeting with one of the company. So here I can find all the notes, action items, and summary from this email, from this meeting, sorry. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy all of this, okay? And then I go to ChatGPT, and I will ask to make a follow-up email. Make a follow-up email after the discovery call with the company where we discussed B2B marketing solution. And now I will just add the notes. By the way, this is a not good prompt, because I didn't, for example, to make some, act as a someone and etc. But we don't have a lot of time right now, so that's why I make it very fast. So actually, what I did, I asked ChatGPT to create a follow-up email after the discovery call with the company, and here I just like put the summary and the action items of like from this meeting which we had before. Okay, and now I have this email. Again, this is a super long. I will ask, make it less than 100 words, make it simple, make it friendly, and choose, make summary, make a summary, and choose only the main information from the note. All right, so because actually and obviously there is like a lot of parts from the meeting, and we don't need to mention all of them, right? So we will ask to make it very like short and to make it very like simple, because again, this one looks better than this one. All right, so this is a Supernormal. as I remember, that is super normal. You can use it for free. So you just like need to sign it up, and you will have 20 meetings for free. So you can use it and you can work on it. The next instrument, this is a Crystal, one of my favorites. This is a platform which shows you how you're gonna talk with this person, which kind of language you need to use, how you're going to interact with this person. So I'm going to show you again. We will back to Adriana. So this is again LinkedIn of Adriana. You need to have a Crystal extension. I have it. If you don't, yeah, you can, like, I highly recommend to have it. And what we have here, we have, I will zoom it a bit. We have the information about Adriana based on her profile. We see here like how to communicate with Adriana, what we need to do and what we don't need to do. Okay. Then we also have like expected behavior. So what and how she is going to behave with us. Okay. And we also have kind of like emailing, which kind of messages we can use and we can send it to her. For example, here we even have the email advice. So there is the advice for subject line. Make it casual, use a casual tone. Don't explain everything in a subject. So what can I do? I just like will keep it and copy it, and then I will put it here as a prompt. ChatGPT, create a subject line for Adriana from this company. Keep a casual tone. Don't explain everything in a subject. It will be my prompt based on the advice from Crystal. Then the same thing with the body, the same with the call to action. So there is actually the best response from Adriana using this example. Like, how would you feel about this? Is actually the question which we should ask Adriana when we want to make some call to action. All right. And even you can find here the email templates, which you can copy and put it in a ChatGPT, use some other information which we get before, metrics, KPIs, key challenges, and you will get like the best template ever for Adriana. And yeah, like actually there is some other tips which you can implement working with Adriana. So for example, if you need to call her or if you need to email her, let's take a call. So, and what you can do, you want to, I don't know, make a sales speech, you want to negotiate with her, you want to discuss a pricing. So for example, let's discuss pricing. Then we will have how you need to make this call, which type of sentences you need to use while you're talking with Adriana. So like the idea of it, you just like need to copy all of this recommendation from a Crystal based on this persona, and then you will create your own prompts. And for example, for this one, you need to make as not the email script, but a call script. So this is a Crystal. And the last one, but not the least, is a prompt pal. It's a very easy tool which just like help you with all the prompts. So here you can find all different prompts, which you can create, and very easy. You just need to click on it, and then the platform will show you the best prompt, which you need just like to copy and then to add it here. This is the free tools which I like just combine with the ChatGPT. Of course, it's not like all of them, but I like to use them because they give me a really good results, and they give me some kind of a personalization, especially based on a person. And the last thing, what I'm going to show you, it's also like, for me, it's very important when you know some details about the company where you're prospecting, where your leads working, for example, with the port exchange. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you Apollo, and I'm going to show you Sales Navigator, how you can use the information from them. So the first thing is with the port exchange here. If I will open, I will get the technologies. And here I have the information that this company uses HubSpot. If I work as an account executive at a Salesforce, HubSpot is the biggest competitor. And of course, I know the pros and cons between us and between the HubSpot, right? So what I'm going to use, I'm going to check and I'm going to implement this knowledge of HubSpot, that I know that Adriana and her company use HubSpot, and probably I know why Salesforce is better. Okay, so I'm going to use it in my scripts. I'm going to use it in my emails. Okay, and another part of it, here in the Sales Navigator, you also can find company insights. Yes, the company insights, especially with employee count. You can find here, just a second. Oh, wait. I'm not sure you see my screen. Okay, so here you can find like how many employees and how they grow for the last different months. And this information, you can also use it in the ChatGPT to create your emails. So for example, if you know like the company for the last month from August to September grows for 9 percentage. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it as a data, right? So yeah, that's actually the thing what I wanted to share with you for today. I guess there are like a lot of information. Everything is recorded, so you will get this presentation and you will get this this video on your email. The last part, what I'm going to show you, that use ChatGPT as a tool to creating a new ideas to automate your manual process. ChatGPT, use ChatGPT as your helper, as your assistant. Okay. Also, like, the good prompts is the key for ChatGPT. So if you have a bad results from it, so probably your prompt is also not really good. So it's like a sign to check it and to improve it. And yes, I always say that ChatGPT and any other AI tools will never replace salespeople or anyone else, because this is a computer, and especially in the sales, we need to have a human to human communication. So if you are worried about that, don't worry. The last but not the least, I'm ready to make a free consultation for your sales team or for your startup. I'm ready to make a free strategy for you, and on the call to discuss this strategy, how you're going to implement all of this stuff and all of these things to your sales process. So if you would like to have this consultation, you can just like text me in LinkedIn, or you can add me there, and you can ask about it, and we can find a time together to discuss your sales process. That's all. I hope that it was valuable for you. You get some insights, and I hope that it wasn't so boring, because I was just like talking, and I hope that you get some outcomes from this webinar. Thank you for your attention, and if you are in Amsterdam, just let me know. We can grab a coffee together and see some way in the Netherlands.
Yeah, well, we had a feedback from Jessica, who enjoyed the webinar, so thank you for your feedback. We will, as Rozaliya mentioned, we're going to send the recording, we're going to send the materials so you can use it, and don't hesitate to get in touch with Rozaliya. She's amazing, and she's going to be able to give that consultation for free and support you at least in these initial stages. I mean, I was amazed, and thank you, Rozaliya, for coming and showing this everything today, by everything you've explained, and how this is such a great support tool, right? And definitely, I'm really excited to at least put in practice everything that you've explained. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining, and we hope to see you at our next webinar.